What is up, everyone? Thank you for joining us for the XL2 Cumberland Valley Part 2 matchup here in the Overwatch Odyssey League. We do apologize about the delay. We had to figure out some roster adjustments that needed to be made as XL2 has a little bit different lineup than they did at the start of the match on Monday. So we finally got all that figured out, and here we are. Casting for me tonight is going to be Pipes. What's happening, Pipes?
What's going on, Odyssey League? How we all doing, everybody? Another lovely day in the life.
Well, we are glad to have you, Pipes, and we're glad to have that energy. And, of course, co-casting with Pipes is none other than Yvonne. Yvonne, what's happening?
I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to have Part 2 XL Cumberland Valley. I can't wait to see what's happening, and we're going to start off on a high note, I think.
Yeah, well, we are starting with your favorite game mode here, Yvonne, so might not be your map. But... Oh, wait, no, it is your map.
It is my map. It's New Junk City. We're starting off on the highest possible note.
We're starting off on map number 3, okay? And chatters, for those of you who weren't here with me and the legendary GOAT herself, Yvonne, on Monday, you missed a lot. That's right. Between the bout that's about to be held here between XL2 and Cumberland Valley, okay, firing off the gate on all cylinders. Both of these teams are ready to recommence the battle and the match that they embarked on Monday. We had a crazy lag out with our homie, Mr. Kazoo over there. So we're hoping that that lag doesn't happen today and we can get through the rest of this. But this is still a game, by the way, folks. XL2 does come into this up 2-0. The Antarctic Peninsula map was forfeited. Map 1 was a win to XL2 as well. So coming into map 3 here, anything can happen, all right? If you're Cumberland Valley, this is the point in time where you flip the script and pull that reverse sweep. This is where the game 5 can count, and this map 3 100% counts for a team like Cumberland Valley trying to get that one up on XL2 tonight. Yvonne, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm so happy. We got everything that I absolutely love right now. We come back from basically a 2-day break. XL2 takes the forfeit, unfortunately, because of the disconnect issues that we had. But we're back full force. We've got a heck of a bout going on right now. We have Flashpoint, which I think is the perfect way to come back in from a 2-day break. Because this is where, like, I feel like the most stuff. Well, unfortunately, Pipes. We opened the other night with Push, your favorite map of Push, if I remember.
And now we're opening tonight with your favorite map.
With my favorite map. So it's all coming full circle. You know, if it all went in one night, we would have been truly spoiled. Like Zorn
I think Kazoo's disconnect was the Blizzard gods, Lord Jeff, telling us that we were having too much fun.
Unfortunately, yes. It became awesome that Mr. Kizu's internet was like, we can't handle the awesomeness.
There it is! We have our picks made here! Kazoo taking out Angel and John taking out Dyer. It is a big trade, but P-Shooter is going to take out Cadix here, and this looks like a point flip in favor of Cumberland Valley, but holding on for dear life with a coalescence who's falling Angel. John still on this point with the Diva Bomb. That's a great exit strat here in this situation as it is getting contested 81% and climbing. Here comes that blade now from the side of Kazoo, who, by the way, was playing Lucio on Monday, so this is definitely a big swap here for map number 3. Go from the map 1 and 2 on support. We have them on DPS, and we do get a point capture, 1-0 here in favor of XL2 as we head to the next flashpoint. I love that.
Oh yeah,
that was great. I did that on one breath. This is huge. All right, chatters. I don't know if you know this, but I just saw a coalescent port get slugged from the falling angel side of the field here as XL2 embarks on their journey here. They go into this whatever you want to call it, the suffering of Ramatra, and they take it. And Cadix staying up and not going down, and XL2 is looking stout as ever as they come into this matchup here tonight on map number 3. They are going for this point cap, and that is going to be point possession for XL2. Yvonne, Cumberland Valley, they're running this Ramatra that we really liked from what we saw in the first 2 maps, and what we were saying on Antarctica was if they could come into map 3 and play a little bit more collectively together, and not get the stagger factor that XL2 is producing, that they would look very strong going into this, because we liked their composition. We thought their brawl was very significant, and we could see that right now. I mean, I feel like starting off a New Jump City, it like throws you for a loop, but this could be anyone's game right here. 52%, big fight going down. Dire Raven does go down to Cadix. Lex taking out Pea Shooter, and Lex getting another pick on to Kazoo here for XL2's offense or defensive hold here. I see Jade weapons. This is looking great.
This is looking great. I actually like how XL2 is forcing Cumberland to stagger. Like, I know that sounds like really weird, but Cumberland comes in as a unit, and then between the May wall and just everything that's happening and the AoE from the Sojourn, we're actually getting the teams to separate. Oh wow, okay.
Dude, both of those utilities getting erased, one from the side of Lex, the other from the side of Pea Shooter, right? And what's really cool is this. So this part, right? I was watching the scrim last night on New Junk City, and what I like is how this point, right, the point that was just captured, gets played. That point and Refinery are very important play styles to them, because you could get staggered or split from your team so quickly on those 2 points specifically on this map, and it's very hard to kind of recover from that and recuperate. Because I don't know, on Refinery and the Ducks, they're like the same point, just in 2 different locations. So, if you could get someone to play split, and right now I think Cumberland Valley is going to have the advantage here. They are going to get this point cap, and that's going to be huge as XL2 comes flying on in. This should go in favor of Cumberland Valley here. They are putting in the damage meters. The Cadix does get the sticks on Axel, and going to take out the lamp here for the Alari. Lex does get a pick off the Pea Shooter. There's a big pick to take out that tank right here. And XL2 slowly but surely is claiming point 3 here. They are getting the flip. That's 32% to 4% here. Dude, this aggression that XL2 is driving with is pretty insane today.
Oh yeah, incredibly intense. Now I'm happy to see this 32% on Cumberland Valley. You can definitely feel them starting to really come together as a group. They're trying. I can see it in their movements. They're trying very hard not to get staggered. But that May wall, just time and time again, is making things
the May in general, in my opinion. Like, I think the May pick in general, especially with running the Genji, like this is the time where you make that swap now. You blow the blade, and you make that insta swap to combat against a player like May. You don't like going up against Beam Team. Beam Team is very rough on characters like Genji.
Moira as well as May. Yeah.
Oh, Moira's up there with Zarya as like A-tier Genji counters.
Now, that's really sad for me, because I love seeing Genji on this map. Genji so happy.
This is where it gets intense. Like, I mean, I'm not even here to like pick and oh, this Dragon Blade! Oh no! Taken away by the Moira.
I want to say I'm sorry. Like, my condolences that your Dragon Blade could go, because that would have been that sleep dart cancel the coalescence right there.
Oh yeah, in my opinion on New Junk City, I think it comes down to the fact that you had 2 of Genji's biggest counters. What? Play of the game time. So, after watching that, I'm not gonna lie. Again, if we come off this transition from what we saw with maps 1 and 2, with what Cumberland Valley runs as far as like their brawl composition, this one was a little bit more hybrid comp style that I've seen from Cumberland Valley in the first 3 matches. And, this one was just more so of like the pick to make. Unfortunately, XL2 was running the counters of a Genji, so the dive was just a bit unsuccessful. But nevertheless, they took great fights here at Cumberland Valley. Okay, each team fight they went in, they had XL2 down in health. Like the issue was not the damage. The issue was the recovery time of XL2. They had the healing out, they were making the good call outs, and they got those picks when needed, and it really cleaned up nicely. But all in all, we go into map 4 now. And when we head into map 4, right, we're looking at Cumberland Valley's strengths here. Like this Ramatra pick that they've been running is really strong. So if they play more versatile around that, especially in a map like Parasio where you have all these twist turns, and the high ground feature that could be presented here as well is another big factor that could put Cumberland Valley over the top here on XL2.
Going off on what you said, Pipes, I love seeing Ram. Like he's my favorite character. I love seeing Ram. So I also agree that very strong pick and was TTT was the other. I'm forgetting who Tank is. Oh wow. Anyway, not the point. I kind of almost wish I could have seen the DPS and the support also backing up Ramatra just a little bit more, because I mean, they had the counters, yes, but I would have loved to see just maybe, Brig. I'm not gonna tell the players how to play the game. Obviously, they know what they're doing, and I'm not in their situation. I'm not listening to their comms, but it's really difficult if you're, especially because there's no longer 2 tanks or anything like that, but it's really difficult even if you're 1 tank and you're the only one going in, because everybody is now going to be shooting at you, because you're the one on point now, so everybody's going to be shooting you. So having an extra target for the opposing DPS to try to pick just might give the tank a couple extra seconds. I know I'm stating the obvious, but I would just love to see just a little bit, someone else to back poor Ram up, because that was a bit of a beating.
Well, that was fun. All right. Ramatra, right?
Yeah.
You love Ramatra. I know a guy who plays a mean Ramatra that I think that, you could indulge in the finer things of gameplay if you sat down with him. His name is Uni. I'll get that guy in the Discord, and you guys can have a Ramatra chat. I call him the guru of the ROM. And yeah, it's really it. So, Parasio, right, Yvonne? Remember when we were here last time? I remember when we were here last time. You mean
with the Widowmaker insanity of awesomeness?
Oh my god!
Widowmaker insanity of incredibleness.
Shout out to my hero. Oh man, my tank hero's Oso, my DPS hero's Fox, my support hero will forever be Queenie. But as we go into Parasio here, P-Shooter looking to get under this bridge here now. I want to know where. Cumberland Valley's running this Bastion. Oh, this is a this is a bunker comp that we cannot miss here, right? So you're going to see these picks coming in. Dire Raven able to take out CTD, getting rid of the resources that is Angel's window. These are where these picks are going to come in, but the scoot does go down to the hands of Lex, and Cadix goes down as well. And this is looking like a bloodbath, but Cumberland Valley should come out on top here if they clean this point.
Oh, there we go.
And there it is. There's the point cap for Cumberland Valley. Oh, dude, this is a beautiful one here. I did not know the Zarya pick.
They came out the gate swinging, and I'm loving the Zarya. I'm also loving this Bastion. Just let's shred everybody now. And you know what? With Zarya, I think that's a great combo.
It's a fantastic combo indeed. I mean, XL2 is just going to have to sit back, take this high ground that you see. Look, you see Cadix is occupying this high ground. This Bastion right now, though, is really going to be what kind of troubles them. But John being on this Stigma, this really could give you that differential factor, that variable that you want to have here in this moment. But the picks are flying. Cadix taking out Dire. John taking out P-Shooter, Kazoo getting the pick onto Viorka, and we're just going back and forth here. So back to the side of XL2 here. They do win this team fight. They do get a little stop on the point progression. And now, you know, they could kind of come back. I mean, they seem a bit split now, but it seems that they're playing this high ground here. And the high ground is very good, right? I mean, this map, in my opinion, is a very good Winston, Diva map. You know, you have that high ground aggression. You want to push that, force that, and keep that pressure applied here. Like, it's the pressure that Gaddix is applying to Mr. Kazoo, who's trying to get those hacks on top, but no can do with Gaddix here. And that nice TNT as well, taking out P-Shooter. Viorka cleaning up onto Axel and getting the double kill right there with Dire Raven. This is just looking like a clean, swell defensive run here for XL2. I think Cumberland Valley is going to need to get a nice regroup here. And just, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the Ramatra could do very well here with that Bastion pick. But I do really like what the Zarya is bringing to the table. Would like to see a solid route with all of Cumberland in it, and not where they're doing these flanks here. The back shoot's nice, but to see how spread out XL2 playing on the high ground, you know, you want to kind of approach these things and take one character at a time. Those quicker resources are right now focused on, you know, there's no red spectre, there's no mercy, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's that pick onto John. This could open things up, but 3 do go down for the side of Cumberland Valley. So this is just kind of a reset here. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to the clock. I wouldn't even continue to fill their ult economy here and even give them the resources. I would just back out of this entirely.
You know, yeah, this is what I was expecting. I was expecting.
Hey, even though XL2 is my team, I'm like hard rooting for Cumberland right now because, like,
oh yeah,
being a way for them to win, and I just need them to do it.
Oh,
that was a pick. Oh my god, that was a gorgeous shot. Immaculate, some might say. See, like right now, I don't know. Maybe you could agree with me, Yvonne. Like, I feel as if after XL2 makes one pick, it's as if Cumberland goes in not full strength, and then another pick happens, and then they run in again.
Yeah, that's what I was somewhat talking about.
Like they're fighting and healing at the same time. You know, a nice turn around the corner, go grab your 5th player, you know, and worry about the high ground. Again, all the pressure's on the high ground, so staying out, you know, outside of the shots fired area is going to be what benefits this team win. You know, it comes down to pathing and plotting. Like, their ult economy is great. The Zoo did use, I believe, that Mayo coming into this fight. Now, a grab would be needed.
I mean, a grab they do in fact have.
They do. It's just, where are they going to put? Like, are they going to group up, go top side, and use the grab to kind of, you know, I would use the grab to take out the back line, you know, and hold them while rushing John. And then once you get that high ground, you're either going to force them off of the high ground that they are on, or, you know, you could draw them off of the high ground to having a team fight with no tank, which would benefit.
You could. Twos does such an incredible job. I liked that grab.
There's the grab.
XL2 has been doing an incredible job of grouping up all night to the point where I feel like grab really could be used against them in that very way of, alright, you guys have been grouping up, so now all of you are stuck here, and here's a Bastion. So it is thoroughly possible, and if we can get into the next checkpoint into that room, that would be, in my opinion, the best place to put a grab like that. It all depends on how fast we can get. Oh, did Mr. Keys swap off Sombra? I don't know how or why I still thought Sombra was on the field.
Ah, that's right. They were on Sombra and went into May, which I think is a great pickup.
Oh, no, I love the May pick. Don't get me wrong. These walls have been good. I just somehow forgot that Sombra wasn't here anymore.
Oh, like, they're dumping this coalescence into John. They're trying to get this big pick onto John. They do got to get this lamp out, though. See, I like this. So Cumberland Valley does want to focus on the tank, right? They turned around, they looked at it, they said, yo, if we get rid of their tank, we should be able to pick the rest of their team off. So, you know, now that they have that in their mindset here, this defense may come to them. This defense that they're about to go into, they're going to be prepared for this now, where it's like, all right, this is how their tank is playing. We got to just isolate, take him out, and then focus on the rest of the team. At the same time, I do feel that the coalescence that was used in that last team fight could have kept players like MBT up. There were a couple of people that were really critical that coalescence would have helped, but they just dumped it into John, which goes to show you that the tank presence here from XL2 is what really is the issue for Cumberland Valley.
I was gonna say, can we just talk about John for just 2 seconds and say, it is incredible that we had a Zarya and a Moira and all this other stuff against this. Zarya is pretty strong against Sig, in my opinion, and John didn't back down in the face of Zarya. He never backed down once in the face of that. That was a Zarya and a Bastion, which, yes, Sig can do the black hole ability and eat the bullets, but like, let's say that's on cooldown for whatever reason. You can get melted pretty fast and never balked at all.
Like, this is very interesting to look at, Yvonne, and like, I want to touch base on what you're talking about, but if you look at Cumberland Valley's lineup right now, they're running a Life Weaver Mercy on support. They're Dyer's coming in now from the Bastion swap to the Echo. P-Shooter making that swap from the Zarya to the Diva. I would have, and Mr. Kazoo on this Pharah, minus the Pharah, this would have been a fantastic offensive composition to run.
See, I'd argue the Pharah can be.
I feel the Zarya would I don't know. For me, this is a map presence on comp. Like, we're talking high ground coverage. Like, Diva on offense, I think is better than Diva on defense.
For this map, I would agree. I do believe that Sig is probably one of the best tanks you can put on defense on this map.
Like, that Sig pick, you were talking about what made the change. The biggest difference was Cumberland Valley started focusing on getting rid of the Sigma, and all of the resources that XL2 had was able to keep John up in every team fight. So, without focusing on the supports and the resources that John has, that's what gave John the ability to be able to live. So, I like the pickups that they're picking here. I just feel as if this was a more offensive comp rather than defense, but it's really working right now. I mean, they have the mobility factor. They're getting in and they're getting out. I think the flying, the air superiority they have is really the pick, even though XL2 is running that double hit scan. And as I say that, it looks like XL2 is getting on this point now. They are pushing Cumberland Valley back. They said, I am inevitable. With no time, I don't think they're going to be able to jump on this. Yeah, this is one of those quick resets here, yo. XL2, 4:45 on the clock here. It is 1-1. This is the final hold that Cumberland Valley needs to do just to get this map win. Kazoo is really playing his life. This Life Weaver pick able to keep him alive in this double hit stand bout with like his flying. He's getting these great post-ups to keep these damaging picks onto XL2. And there goes Cadix with that double kill right there. And now XL2 is just creating the space and trying to keep this gap open to move this payload forward on Parisia. Here's that Stigma copy. We like that. Coalescence come out from Awaken.
Got Visor, we've got Bomb, Coalescence had dropped, 6 ult dropped. I think there was I just heard a Sojourn ult as well at the tail end.
All right.
Oh, I love a good Ashe play of the game.
You gotta love a good Ashe play of the game. So now we're heading into map 5, our final map of the night here. Pretty excited. I want to see Cumberland Valley I want to see them, and like I don't mean anything, no disrespect when I say this, but I would like to see them fully regroup before going into these team fights. On Parisi on their defense, you know, it was just like, oh, we're at the spawn, let's hurry up and get to the point. And it's like you had 5 players of the enemy team on the point versus 1, and then it was just one after the other, after the other, after the other. So I don't know. I'm really batting 1,000 here, you know, positively wise for Cumberland Valley. I feel like they're making the right hero swaps, and it's just coming down to the in-game decision making. I want to meet their IGL. Do we have an interview, Zoran? Oh no. Oh, that's kind of sad. All right.
Did you say Sag?
I said Sag.
Okay.
I like the interviews. I like talking to all the players. I'm making new friends. I don't have many of those. The chat low key has like
Zoran and I start quietly sobbing in the corner.
LOL. Dude, oh my god, Yvonne, did you see?
Which part, honey?
Did you see my name in the server? My color is green now. I have officially been. That's right, chat. We finally made it, chat. We did it. We passed the vetting process. We scored big. We got a caster role. We are official. Okay? We're official now. It's all thanks to you. You guys voted. Y'all said Pipes is the people's caster, and I couldn't have done it without any of your support.
I would have the applause sound effect, but we can't. Soundboard does not quite work on this stream, so I have it set up. I do, in fact, own a soundboard, but it doesn't work on the stream.
I found out that I'm allowed to use I found out I'm allowed to use a soundboard on Discord, and I abuse it.
So when we eventually, you Pipes, you, me, and Zoran eventually get into our like Sports Center podcast that we keep talking about, and we're gonna have Swag go down to Texas.
We'll have Swag traveling across the states on Pipes money. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we have that, are we just going to have soundboard fights after a while, or it just keeps the sound effects?
There's gonna be like a point where somebody says something that they shouldn't have said, and you're just gonna like. This is how I'm picturing it. I feel as if we're gonna say something that we probably shouldn't reveal, like a spoiler alert thing, and it's just gonna like activate the inner like, okay, I need you to stop talking soundboard spam, and like then the fuzz and the rainbow color will pop up on the screen like this is an important message, and then we'll come back.
The testing bars.
Yeah, and then we'll come back and be like, hey, so sorry about that, and like maybe our hair or like our shirts like might have some tears in them, like something bad happened. It would give the show a good vibe. Big Bulls, baby, here we go. Route 66.
There's gonna be effectively 2 skulkers in that podcast. Oh gosh.
Pipes is just gonna join the podcast, and you're just gonna hear my legs every time. What happened to him? Where'd they go? Pipes, they're on your body. Where are they?
Yes, and we cut them off and sewed them onto your back.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
Right? Yo, sorry, that just took like a total left turn, yo.
I'm not sure where to go from that.
Chat, put your fingers crossed up in chat if you're rooting for me at the end of the day here, knowing that Yvonne wants to sew my legs like butterfly wings to my back. And put a thumbs down in the chat if you think that this would be a successful operation. Yeah, we'll do a ratio.
If you're playing Helldivers and the bugs cut them off, we gotta pull a Moira.
Wait, the chat's saying that?
No, chat is not saying that.
So, do we now have to obligatorily play Helldivers, Pipes?
Well, I'm a pretty big Helldivers guy, but I'm taking a short break, because I had to get back on my casting grind for Overwatch. I don't know if you noticed, but I got a new role. Oh my god, the whole Cadix is flying! No, sign it up. Cadix versus Fox on the Widow 1v1. I'm ready. Even though it's Cadix versus Kazoo, but that's the chat. Pretty sure that our All-Star weekend is coming up very soon, so we're definitely going to see some fun. Ooh, all right, and Cadix opening up picks here on Mr. Kazoo. Angel getting a pick onto Dire Raven, and there goes the DPS now for Cumberland Valley. And very good headway made here for XL2 going into this. Lex does pick up MBT. And no one's pushing the payload. Gotta love it.
Swag in the chat saying that Texas is too far. Pipes, would you be chipping in, I guess, to help Swag get to
Didn't he
Texas?
hear me? I said on the Pipes funding, we'll send him to any state.
Oh, okay.
For the interviews, There's a disclaimer.
Swag, this is
one of
Swag.
those...
This is a tax write-off. It's funded.
It's a tax write-off.
It's a
Anything
business
over
trip.
$400,
It's
I
for
could write it
business
off on taxes.
purposes.
We're going places. LOL. Zoran and Pipes take DreamHack. I'm going to that, by the way. That's gonna be fire. Oh my god, no, okay, so this Sombra pick right here, this is absolutely massive. Oh, if they can get this pick onto Cadix and get in and get out, and that's exactly what Kazoo does. These tight spaces, these open wide range maps here. You know, this is where I feel Cumberland Valley strives with the offense that they bring to the table here. No swaps made, still rocking that 5. But what we do have here, though, is I thought there were 3 DPS. That's funny. We have Axel and MBT running this Moira and Ana composition, right?
I mean, Moira
and
is
we
a
do
DPS
have
at this point.
we do have these ults out on we do have these ults available right now, right, to be used. And Cadix might just get the back cap. Cadix gets the back cap. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, that was a full Cumberland Valley hold, and Cadix got the back cap on the Sombra.
We happily take that and then some.
We do. Oh man, I feel like I want to just like step in for Cumberland Valley right here when I say this. Like, so Dire Raven's got to get out of this sticky situation, and dying fast or getting out is definitely the way to do this. And upon this regroup here, right? On this regroup here, what you want to see from Cumberland Valley is you want to take this high ground, but for Dire Raven specifically, you want to pop this high noon somewhere right in their back line. Right, you don't want to be in front of them, you want to be behind them, you want to make sure that John pops this shield out so there's nothing that can be blocked, make sure there's no hands, and get that 5k. Oh man. They do have this. The ult economy right now, well, it was in favor of Cumberland Valley, but MBT swapping off the Moira to the Kiri without using that coalesce. We're going to see what that does here. John looking very low on health here. Dire Raven does have a high noon. This could be the sneaky sneak to the back line. There it is, but it's not going to get anybody. Oh! That was the perfect flank too, yo. Alright, so we do see a hinder coming out now for the side of Lex. XL2 is coming up on 4 ultimates here. Fallen Angel will be going back to the respawn. Kazoo is just doing everything in their power to stop XL2 supports. Oh, wow. And what a hold for Cumberland Valley. See, this is what I like to see, Yvonne. I'm telling you, going into Flashpoint to start us off today, like, I get this as a continuation on a reschedule, but starting on that Flashpoint map, I really do feel like it threw off the equilibrium of how Cumberland Valley plays. And then going into the hybrid map, you know, they started to pick up on a lot of it and keep moving. And right now, I think we're seeing the best of Cumberland Valley in the short rescheduled of the series here. And if they can keep this up, this would be fantastic. Oh, but going down to Cadix is Mr. Oh no, sorry, Fallen Angel with the double kill and popping the coalescence here. Massive plays. XL2 getting a team kill with 1:10 on the clock. They are going to be capping this point. That is a full reset for the side of Cumberland Valley here, who are making some swaps. So they do have this Kitsune. They are bringing out Moira. Again, Axel is swapping from the Ana to the Moira. And then we have Dire Raven's kill coming up on this high noon, as well as we have a Cosmetic Flux to the side of P-Shooter. Now, where are we going to pop this? Where are we making this decision? That's the question. We back out of this fight here on the high ground. It's tank v tank. We do have Cadix trying to get this pick onto Dire Raven. It may happen. It could happen here. Oh, coming around this corner now. Rex from XL2, who also has a high noon up and running now. Big Cosmetic Flux from the side of P-Shooter, who could get this pick on the Angel with the Coalescence. I don't know why I said Coalescence there. He was just discording. Oh, and here comes that high tide now for the side of Dire Raven, but going to get stunned out of that. Kitsune Rush just come out. Big picks right now. Dire Raven definitely popping, and that stops the high noon, but not in enough time. Lex does pick off Axel with it. Big hack coming in if you're Cadix here onto P-Shooter. And a massive EMP from Mr. Kazoo, getting about 4 bodies of XL2, getting that pick onto John, getting that pick on the Cadix. Beautiful fashion indeed. Kazoo is definitely doing everything in their power to keep Cumberland Valley afloat here on this defense. Dude, this is a really strong Sombra from Kazoo, Yvonne. I'm telling you, like,
yeah. Definitely.
I'm watching this. I personally, I don't even know if I want the screen to switch from Kazoo to somebody else. Like, I'm watching this heat up. These get in, get out moments, very slippery, but not as slippery as Cadix in this backline. Literally sitting in this squad, invisible right now, waiting for the moment. There's the EMP! Cadix popping in massive EMP to both support. Can he get the job done though? Dire is going to go down here. Does get saved, but Axel gets flipped by the rock. Dire does go down to John shortly afterwards, and XL2 looking to punch their ticket right here with 15 seconds left on the clock. 14, 13, 12, and 15 it is. 3-0 here for round 1 on XL2 side of the game here as we go into the offense of Cumberland Valley. Now, Yvonne, let's talk shop.
Okay, so I really want them to, you remember when we were talking about with the Diva and the Mercy and the Life Weaver and the and the Echo? I want to see it. I want to see that.
I want to see that on offense right now.
I want to see that on
Kazoo
offense
needs
right
to
now.
hard lock this Sombra. I think Kazoo's Sombra is being very effective. 100% the most effective entirely. I feel as if Cadix and Mr. Kazoo are almost evenly matched on the Sombra here. Like, this is a proper mirror. You know, you want to talk about a trade for a trade, or as Confucius says, eye for an eye. Like, Cadix and Kazoo locking it down. And it looks like Kazoo's going to open this on Widow. So we're probably going to see Kazoo on the Widow for the opening pick. And then Kazoo may or may not make the swap. We do get P-Shooter, who is going to be on the Sigma here. Axel on the Moira. MBT on the Alari. Dire Raven on the Cassidy. So we do have the double shooter and a big shield. What we got for the side of XL2, though, we have John on that Sig. We got Lex on that Ash, Cadix on the Sombra, Angel on the Bat, and Falling Angel on the Moira. That's right, XL2's got 2 Angels now. Still confuses me till this day. Oh. Cadix is not afraid to get up in your face and hack you. That is definitely for sure. Literally just playing on this left side here. I like this opening look here for Cadix's positioning chat.
If I was Cadix and the other team had a Lucio, I feel like I'd be a little bit scared because I would want to jump off the freaking cliff on accident.
Alright, it seems that I got a work call, but that's okay. We told him we'll call him back. So, back on the scene looking crispy and clean. Dire Raven hawking a hinder, but it doesn't look like it's connecting with Fallen Angel. Extremely low. Same with Cadix. Down goes Dire Raven here. That could have been a very big play for Raven. MBT looking to get this pick onto Lex here on the high, who is still on that Ash. Cadix does get to pick onto the support here.
You know, I'm happy to see this. This is a very solid push so far. We're seeing a good.
This is a very solid push from the side of Cumberland Valley. I'm telling you, it's going to be Kazoo going to the Sombra. I think that makes the total game-changing difference. I am liking the DPS lineups they're pulling out, but I bread and butter it. You know, bread and butter.
Agreed. But once again, I feel like we can't like disregard just how solid XL2 is being this evening. It just, I'm loving it. I love seeing how like complete the team is. And I always say like the same thing every time I'm up here on stream, but it's because every time it never fails to impress me just how amazing the coordination could be over these teams. And
this is very true. I mean, when we started these matches on map 1, you know, I was in awe with my jaw dropped on how fluent XL2 was moving on that push map for map 1, and I was just shocked. I was quite impressed. You know, so this is some of the finest XL2 gameplay that we're seeing. You know, the 0-4 team coming out the woodwork now late in the season. I have to correct myself. We're 1-4 now. Yeah. Not used to having that win. You know what I'm saying, guys? Not used to that. It's when Drake's album from the back in the day starts playing in the background. What happened?
what with the pizza?
Hey, what pizza?
Well, that's what they're delivering, right? That's where the payload's going. It's a pizza delivery. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff.
Dude, this window coming out from the side of Angel here on the high ground of XL2, I don't even know like where I'm at anymore. Like I've been flipped back and forth between John and Dire Raven's points of view like this entire match that I've just been like kind of like sitting here like, what's about to happen? I thought they didn't see him! Dude, I thought they didn't see him! I was about to clip that! Hide and Seek 101. Welcome to Mischief and Magic, okay? The Dire Raven edition. Imagine, like, hardcore prop hunting, no prop. Great spot, thanks. Really was. Right behind the ladder. There could have been 7 years of bad luck, but it looked like it was folded up, not open.
So what I'm hearing is Dire Raven needed to get a camo skin, and then it would have been flawless.
Yo, it would be like, oh man, Modern Warfare 2, the old one. What was that game mode called that we used to play? Oh man, it's gonna have me thinking. Speaking of thinking, John getting that double kill here. Dire just putting in nothing but bullets into John, trying to eliminate this tank. Cadix, Lex, and John able to collect this cosmetic flux stick here. All right, and XL2 we got 1:50 left on the hold here. Cumberland Valley still has a lot of time left on the clock to really make something happen here in this stride. What are they going to do to break the synergy of XL2 right now? Big cosmetic flux.
That's a good opening.
This is what we're talking about! Big plays here from P-Shooter! XL2 eliminates Angel! Shooter getting that pick onto Angel. That is now 4 XL2 players down. Make that 5 and a team kill for Cumberland Valley here with 1:15 seconds left on the clock. They might just have enough in the tank here to get this checkpoint and move it into point C. That's what I'm talking about, Cumberland. That's what's up. Woo! I've been waiting for that explosive attack all night. You have no idea, guys.
All night. We've been waiting for, like, what?
Well, I have literally been watching
We've been waiting 2 days.
These past 2 matches, knowing these team comps, seeing the success that Cumberland can have, and just waiting for them to put it together, and they just did it. It was perfect symphony. The melody, what was that playing in my head, that tune? It was just so magnificent. Gosh, go P-Shooter. Doing another big high noon with a roll-out. They hit there from Dire Raven. Oh my god, and the health levels are fluctuating to the side of XL2 here. But it is going to be Dire Raven who does go down to the hands of Cadix. Lex, Bob takes out Axel. Lex finishing on MVT for that double kill. And getting that triple kill, the twofer with Bobskis. Oh man, and could get that pick onto Kazoo, but Kazoo is going to run out and get out of there with the legs. You know what? I'm taking back what I'm saying on the Sombra. I still want to see it, but this Soldier 76 pick is massive. We do have a visor. It actually, the visor Kitsune could be the biggest push here with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Big cosmetic flux here for the side of XL2 going to go down. His P-shooter. Kazoo does take out Cadix on this Symmetra. That's a massive pick here for the side of Cumberland Valley, looking to force this game into overtime with 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining here. Oh, this is where it all comes down to. Oh man, I take the big respawn, big regroup, guys. Come on, Cumberland. 40. They got 55 seconds left on the clock. You have 2 very big key ultimates to use here to open this doorway up. We're looking at the side of XL2. All they have is a window at a coalescence. I'm pretty positive that visor rush will hands down roll that. And oh, come on,
placement that they're using. They're trying to get this. This would be the perfect corridor to get.
This would be. You just roll that Kitsune rush.
We're just waiting for it. I mean, they still have a solid push. Payload's still moving. It's still moving and grooving. Okay.
It's moving and grooving.
All right,
there's nothing wrong here. And here comes that visor that we were talking about. Getting that pick onto Lex. Okay, now we got Cadix who is on the Bastion. This is going to pose a bit of a threat. There comes the window that comes out. High noon coming in from Dire Raven. He's looking to prick. Here he does get Angel. That is another support and continues the stagger as Lex comes back from out of the storm. They are down. Kazoo is cooking with gas here as he takes out Angel and Cadix along with John. Good yo, bro. Kazoo is locked in, folks. He is locked in. He is dialed, and his point is just moving. We are going to be looking at an overtime moment here, but contested by 1. Don't get off the point, Cumberland. Oh, buddy. Dude, this could be CVs all day, bro.
I think we have it. Maybe.
I think we have it. The cosmetic flux.
Keys is fine. Keys is unaffected.
Oh, this is the picks needed. Oh my god, but the ultimate trickle here, keeping them alive is Bob here from the side of Lex. XL2 looking to stay alive, but the rewind from Dire Raven is a big pick onto the Tracer. Bob does clip the 2. All that is left now is Axel. Oh, man. All my adrenaline, all my drive and hype in that. That was beautiful, Cumberland. I'm not going to lie. That last final push.
That was incredible.
I tip my hat. That was off the chain. Oh, and oh, please be the Flux. I know I spoke during that, but I guarantee you that "Please Be the Flux" will sound really cool on a clip edit. I'm telling you.
It probably will, to be perfectly honest.
Probably will. And I want you to know that when I realized I said that as like P-shooter got the play of the game, when I said that, I instantly like zipped my lip and threw my hands up in the air like, yes. That was a great Flux. Honestly, from that Flux moving forward was hands down the sickest Cumberland Valley action as a team tonight. They absolutely came together on that last push, and hands down, it was immaculate. I can't even complain. I mean, the picks they were making right there off that end route was just incredible, and it was happening so fast paced to be able to keep up that repetition and keep that drive going. That was off the chain, yo. Shout out to Cumberland Valley on that last go.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, kudos to Cumberland Valley. Definitely XL2 getting all 3 puts a lot of pressure on their back when they're now pushing, especially going from hybrid to escort and seeing how those kind of intertwine in play style. But I gotta tell you, I mean, Cumberland Valley really showed up for this Route 66 match, making some really good pushes, and ultimately, I mean, it came down to the wire on that, whether or not we were going to be going into some extra rounds there. So great push by Cumberland Valley. but also equally great. Obviously better as they made the hold there, but great hold from XL2 being able to keep Cumberland Valley. I mean, they had some explosive plays in that map there when they were on offense, and it really showed. I mean, not to sound biased in any means, but sad to see they couldn't complete the map and force those extra rounds. But, I mean, XL2 was held, 14 seconds left when they were on offense? So, ultimately, I mean, if Cumberland Valley had those 14 seconds, maybe it could have been a little bit different. But all in all, great match between these two teams. And I'm not just saying that just say that. I mean, obviously the score shows 5-0, but you look at the actual playing within the match, and there were some really great things from Cumberland Valley. Ultimately, XL2 able to come away with it, and maybe that break, maybe that day gave Cumberland Valley a little bit extra energy, rejuvenated them a little bit. But at the end of the day, XL2 held strong, and they got that 5-0 win. But well, with that being said, so that is the completion of Cumberland Valley v XL2 Part 2, as we did have some internet issues for the original start of the match on Monday. So thank you all for being here to catch the second part of this matchup. That is going to be it for us. But below, you should see some links to our socials. If you would be so kind as to give us a follow, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for when we go live again. We would appreciate it. As we are still growing as a community. We do also have a link to our Discord, and we are adding some new things to our Discord, some just like minor fun things to help people that are joining find their way, but also find some fun within the server. So if you'd like to join our Discord server, mainly just players in there now, but we would be happy to welcome anyone who feels like hopping in, as teams could be looking for new players, teams could be looking for scrims, other things like that. So hop in, hang out with us, and we'd love to have you. But until then, we have got our next match will be coming at you live. That is going to be Monday, the 29th. So we've got a little bit of a break until then. But on Monday, the 29th at 8 p.m. EST, we have got the Respawn Rangers coming up against Kaiju Corps. Pipes, how you feeling about that matchup?
Well, I don't know, Zoran. If you last heard how I felt about the Respawn Rangers and the signing that you did, good sir, Mr. Manager, all right, you're looking like Billy Bean out there, all right, from Moneyball, okay, coming in hot with the pickups. I really do think that, this Kaiju Corp Respawn Rangers match is going to be a nail-biter. I see it go into Game 5. I don't want to pick a side. I don't. I feel like if you ever heard of the caster's curse, I don't want to be that guy. So I'm just going to keep it clean here. But I feel as if with the two new additions to the Respawn Rangers, that this team is a little bit more finely tuned than they once were. They've always been a top dog competing team in the league. Same with Kaiju, and Kaiju dropped from the one spot, and it still is in the top 5, but they dropped down. So this Respawn Rangers Kaiju game is way more crucial than a normal matchup here, right? This is one of those matchups that assists you in where you're going to be seeded for the playoffs. And while at the same time, Kaiju Corp has been a really good team this entire season. They've been very poised. They've played their Overwatch. They've had some tough goes. I mean, they did versus the Loot Boxers. That was, I believe, that was their only loss, right? Was to the Loot Boxers this season?
Yeah.
So they've only lost one game to, in my opinion, a really superior team. I mean, the Loot Boxers the way they play is also immaculate. But I'm not going to sell Kaiju short, and I'm definitely not going to cut Respawn out, because the Respawn Rangers are a really good team. They have a stout group of guys. And to be completely honest with you, anything could happen in this battle, but it is going to be that 5-map series. Hopefully I'm casting it. I would love to cast that. That's going to be a day. Someone give me the date. I'm in.
Well, I got to tell you, we are coming up close, and I think it is going to be a really good matchup. Definitely some good additions that we've made on our roster for the Respawn Rangers as we're making this final playoff push. And I got to tell you, I mean, like you were saying, Kaiju Corps has been a very strong team. Their only loss coming up against Loot Boxers, who are also an equally strong team. So I'm excited to see. That's actually Respawn Rangers' next 2 matchups. They've got Kaiju Corps, and then the week after they've got Loot Boxers. So they've got a difficult road ahead of them as we're going into the last 2 weeks before playoffs. So I'm excited to see what they can do in these matchups against some very strong teams. But until then, so April 29th at 8 p.m. EST is when we will have that matchup. Until then, I hope you have a great rest of your week, a great weekend, and we will see you back on Monday. Thank you.